This is what I've missed. These views, that atmosphere, these smells. For over a year we were grounded and not able to use our wings. I had planned so many things which didn't happen because of COVID. The world nearly stopped, borders closed, and only during the summer months flying was possible. After 18 months, I could finally step on board an airplane to at least fly across Europe. Believe it or not, but the droid takeoff gave me goosebumps. Being back in the air meant a lot to me. To get away from the work-life routine that was most of my life during the pandemic. Traveling, swimming, snorkeling. Oh, I've missed it. If this break made me realize something, it's that traveling really is a luxury. How small the world has become, how many places we can go, and how much there's to see on our blue planet. So versatile cultures, food, fauna, flora. You kind of forget that when you just sit at home and cannot escape the routine. All day, every day. For me, one thing was sure. This first international journey after the break had to be a firework. And that could only be one thing. Flying aboard the world's best airline and a multi-award winning business class. Of course I'm talking about Qatar Airways QSuite on board their Boeing 777. So welcome to this flight report and my trip to Doha. The first leg on my way to Thailand. So for many months, I sat at the office and simply couldn't wait for my, as NASA would call it, the return to flight. I arrived early for my 3:25 p.m. departure at Terminal 1B at Frankfurt Airport. It was a quiet day, although with just a few check-in desks open, the area looked quite full. I dropped my bags and showed all of the required paperwork for my journey and entry into Thailand. Although I work at the airport, it is always a different feeling being there with luggage and the strange feeling of leaving. Every time I enjoy the view of the iconic split-flap display, and it is great to see that after so many months, there are again dozens of flights departing Frankfurt. After I passed through security, I walked about 10 minutes to get to my lounge. Unfortunately, Air Canada's Maple Leaf Lounge was still closed, so I was able to visit Lufthansa's Senator First Class Lounge, and oh boy, what a mess. The lounge is located one floor above the main terminal terminal and can be accessed via an elevator or escalator. The reception area is quite big and you can lock your luggage away in these lockers. Seating is possible on the south side of the lounge, but with COVID regulations, there just weren't enough seats for everybody. With a longer stay, you can enjoy the bar or use the spa area. All other amenities, including newspapers or soft drinks, were not offered, which is a shame in my opinion. At least with a window seat, you can enjoy great views of Taxiway November and the Bravo Gates. With a lukewarm bowl of tasteless chili, I sat down and waited for my boarding to begin. At least I had some company with this Thai Airways Boeing 777, which was being prepared for its later departure to Bangkok. I left the lounge with lots of anticipation and arrived a few minutes later at gate B45 to see my aircraft for the first time. Bravo Echo Romeo, Boeing 777-300ER. Before boarding, I asked ground staff if it was possible to board the aircraft ahead of all other passengers to get a few shots of the untouched cabin, Fortunately, they agreed. So here we are. Let's hop on board. This is the world's best business class cabin.
Hello. Hi. Fine. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Okay, Mr. Wagner, you'll
Yes.
be seated straight out. Enjoy
Thank
the
you.
flight.
Thank you.
This aircraft is equipped with 42 QSuites in 2 cabins, half of them facing backwards, which allows for more passengers without compromising safety or privacy. And privacy is one of the key features in this business class. This was my seat for the flight. 10A, nearly missed it here on the first try. 9B is facing forward, and because of that seat offset, you get a lot of space in your suite. The work that has gone into the seat is astonishing. The leather ornaments, perfectly stitched. The headrest, as comfortable as at home. The reading light and this delicate function bar for the seat, and of course, the flair of the entire cabin was just perfect. Immediately, I was offered some champagne and warm nuts, which I both kindly accepted. And when arriving at the suite, the crew already prepared a blanket, a pillow, as well as the amenity kit and a COVID safety kit with the menu for today's flight. With the 2021 FIFA Arab Cup, which was held in Qatar, the airline made the special designs for their menus. It was then when I received my pajamas and was welcomed aboard personally by the cabin supervisor. Qatar Airways offers what they call dining on demand, so you can eat what you want whenever you want it. And with every seat occupied on this flight, I made sure to order as soon as possible. With a huge selection of dishes, Arabic and continental, with meat, vegetarian, or even vegan, it was not that easy to choose, but this really shows why they deserve a 5th Skytrax star. 2 champagnes and a wide selection of red and white wines as well as dessert wines made a great ensemble to pair with your food. Of course, the cabin crew, as in my case, gives you advice what suits your food best. We started our pushback on time, and with the mighty GE90s firing up, I emptied my first glass of champagne, as well as taking some photos along the way to the runway. It always gets me excited taxiing along other aircraft. So Doha, here we come. With the flight underway, I got some more nuts and also ordered a second glass of rosé champagne, watching the sun set ahead of a long night, waiting for my dinner to arrive. I heard so many great things about the Arabic Messe, one of Qatar's signature starters. I never had the opportunity to try one, so obviously I had to check that one out.
Arabic message, your starter.
Thank you.
And nice that we have red. You have a motabel, hummus, and tabula. I'll bring you a Sauvignon Blanc right.
Thank you.
Pairing this with a Sauvignon Blanc before continuing with the main dish, da confit with jus, paired with the red 2013 Bordeaux. A dinner to remember, sadly without the usual LED candle and only 98% of the usual service, which would have made this outstanding experience even better. I paired my tiramisu with the South African Nederburg to complete my main meal service. By this time, I had almost forgotten that I was in the air for 2 hours. Now we close the suite door to have some privacy. With a pair of Oryx One headphones and the ability to control your main screen via this controller, you can easily sit back and relax while watching some of the dozen movies, documentaries or TV series offered by Qatar. So let's review the Oryx One in-flight entertainment system. The built-in 21.5 inches screen has a great resolution and the touchscreen is responsive. The first thing I always have to check out is the in-flight map, and that was one of the few things where I was disappointed. There is no option to control the map yourself, it is merely a film you watch. Qatar gives you plenty of information for destinations around the world. I really like the Discover feature to learn a bit on board, and with the FIFA World Cup coming up in late 2022, I obviously had to check out these films. The obligatory Quran and some advertisements for the airline's Privilege Club as well as their cargo segment. With the ability to connect a device via HDMI, you can basically hook up your PlayStation during the flight. But what's really making the difference is the NFC, and that is where your smartphone comes in. With the Oryx One app downloaded, you can connect your phone to your suite and pre-select movies you want to watch before the flight. You can also search for specific movies, or in my case albums. Listening to The World of Hans Zimmer in 35,000 feet was a great experience. Before landing, it was time to check out one of the 4 lavatories. The flight attendants clean the lavatories basically after every use. They have bottles of hand lotion as well as face moisturizer prepared. In addition, you get the usual amenities: hand soap, toothbrushes, as well as razors. The area itself is of average size, and with the 777 already being a few years in service, I wouldn't recommend the water to rinse your mouth. Unfortunately, there isn't a window in the lavatory, but this will change with the Dreamliner on the next flight. After changing my clothes back, brushing my teeth, and a few dashes of moisturizer, I returned to my suite to finally open the amenity kit. First things first, the kit is provided by Bricks and is of high quality, although I'd rather have a burgundy or grey color than a screen. Inside you find some anti-aging cream, another face moisturizer, some advertisement, a sleeping mask, lip balm, a pair of socks, and last but not least earplugs for an even more comfortable journey. Women get a white kit which contains basically the same contents. The so-called Travel with Confidence kit is handed out to all passengers in economy and business class and contains a face mask, gloves, as well as hand sanitizer. After 5.5 hours in QSuite, I definitely can say that I haven't traveled this comfortable in my entire life. The service was 5-star like, as well as the seat itself. And as I already mentioned, a few times I actually forgot I was flying. In my opinion, the 2% of service which were cut out by COVID didn't show it all, which made me really happy. And with arriving at Hamad Airport, I won't deny, this was a 10 out of 10 flight. In the next episode, I will continue my journey with Qatar Airways and travel on board the newest addition to their fleet, the brand new Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner, equipped with the new business suite, all the way to Thailand, to where I firstly flew with Qatar in 2018, and I have so many great memories of. So thank you for following along. Stay safe.